So you want to be a blaster. So you want to take out your enemies with an explosive fist. And you want to break your fingers while doing so. Be my guest, you've come to the right class. So, Magnum Punch is your first job skill. It's not bad actually, it does 3 lines, pretty good damage. Revolving Cannon is a skill that you use comboed with Magnum Punch and Double Blast. So what I did is I put it onto a macro. So whenever I use this macro, just move this onto the keyboard somewhere, I end up doing, that's the wrong skill, I end up doing Magnum Punch and Revolving Cannon. And every time you use Revolving Cannon, it uses up one of your bullets, and every time you use up one of your bullets, it gives you a stack, like a counter, pretty much. At first job, you only get 3, but what you use those stacks for, the numbers up here, is for Bunker Buster. And at first job, it's actually not that strong. It's still pretty good for clearing a map, or clearing like a section of a map, because it does quite a bit of damage. So let me show you exactly what it looks like at level at first job. So as you saw, it did 1 wave of damage, and then a second wave of damage afterwards. And that's why it's so amazing, because if the first shockwave doesn't kill them, the second one will. It's pretty much a one-hit KO for many early things. Double Jump. I don't have any points put into it because it messes up my combo that I'll show you when I get to 4th job bossing. Detonate I use as my mobility skill, pretty much as Flash Jump, because you can use it as vertical mobility, or you can use it as just horizontal mobility. And the thing about it is it doesn't slow you down. Like, there's no cap on the speed like with most other mobility skills. So once you press it, it'll just keep getting faster and faster. I can't do it because, too laggy. In fact, I've disconnected because I was moving too fast with it. But it just adds on to your speed and it's amazing. Blast Shield. When you get hit, a portion of the damage that you were supposed to take gets turned into a shield. And it just pretty much helps you survive. It's really nice. Let's see. Also, when using blaster combos, or any of the skills, you get 100% stance. Revolving Cannon Mastery. After you use Bunker Buster, your gauge up here will overheat. So let me go ahead and show you that. So I'm going to use Bunker Buster, and now it's overheating. So when in overheating, you'll do 1 extra line, just randomly. It's really not too important to keep in mind, but might as well go over it. Second job. Double Blast is your new mobbing skill. Well, I shouldn't say new mobbing skill, you're going to be using it forever. And it's actually pretty good as a solo mobbing skill. It does decent damage. And yeah, you don't have to combo if you don't want to. But I still put it on a macro, because you're going to be using these 2 macros a lot when training. So then we get our first charge skill, which is called bobbing. And what I mean by charge is you can hold it down. You can move around, you can use other... Pretend you didn't see that. You can use other skills while holding it down. And when you let go, it'll activate. Of course, you can't activate it in the air. But, yeah. You can also just tap it. This skill is super important later on. You'll see. Booster's normal. Let me activate that actually. Charge Mastery. So this will decrease the amount of time it takes for you to charge your skills, your charge skills. And also when using a charge skill, you recover 1 ammo. So for me, I actually have it. I have the 4th job version of it, so I recover 2. But basically, let's say I use bobbing. Like I hold down bobbing and I let go, I got my bullet back. Alright, let's see. Is that it? No, Revolving Cannon Plus. So with Revolving Cannon Plus, you not only get 4 bullets in here instead of just 3, you get your 4th one. But because you have your 4th bullet, Revolving Cannon or Bunker Buster gets stronger. It also gets an extra shockwave, which you'll understand when you get it. I'm sure you guys just want me to get to the combos. Hammer Smash. This isn't really a mobbing skill. Like I said, the first job and second job skills are like your main mobbing. But Hammer Smash, when used, will put a debuff on enemies. And that just killed them. Hold on. I'm trying not to kill them. Oh my god, stop. Why am I so strong? Okay, so yeah, it applies a debuff like that. And enemies that have the debuff above their head take 10% more final damage. You can also hold it down, it's your other charge skill. And when you release, it leaves like a little puddle of electricity which enemies can run into and take more damage. Oh, and it also reapplies the debuff. So it's really nice to leave on a boss. Just leave it somewhere and then attack the boss, and you know, they keep getting hit by that. It's really nice. Weaving is pretty much the opposite of bobbing. Instead of going forward, you go backwards. I guess I can show you what it looks like though. Just in case. There you go. You just move backwards. And then bobbing's forward. You can also hold it down. So Rocket Rush. I actually didn't have points put into this because I didn't find it useful. But I mean, I'll just show you what it looks like. It's pretty much the reason I put points into it, just to show you what it looks like. And then the skill right under it is Magnum Launch. And what it does is, after you press Rocket Rush twice, like you press it once to grab the enemy, if you press it again, you'll throw the enemy that you just grabbed, and it just does damage. I didn't find it useful. Wasn't really all that great. And then of course you get the upgraded version of Revolving Cannon again, which gives you your 5th bullet, which means Bunker Buster is a lot stronger now. And then Shield Training is just an upgraded version of the other skill, of the previous skill. You know, you're more defensive. Combo Training is very important. Very important. So when using either fully charged skills, you'll see up here in the corner I'll get a stack. So it's a stack, and on the top right it says 1. You get a stack for 10 seconds. After using either a fully charged skill or comboing skills, so, you know, taking the Magnum Punch Revolving Cannon macro with the Double Blast Revolving Cannon macro, and using them one after the other, is also a combo. Just press the skill one after the other. It's like 1-2, or 1-2, you know, you can press it slowly, 1-2, or you can do it fast, 1-2. Okay, maybe not that fast. But basically use it one after the other. And you get a combo stack. For each combo stack that you get, it stacks up to 10 times, you get 3% final damage. Not only that, but at 6 stacks, you get +1 attack speed, and at 10 stacks, you get +1 link speed. What it means by link speed is how fast your skills will link together. So in 4th job, you get Shotgun Punch. This, to me, is the main bossing skill. You do 1 punch, and then a shockwave comes out right afterwards. You could use it in the air, you know, it's pretty good for mobbing as well. Muzzle Flash I don't put points into because basically... Oh, it's a hacker. Basically what happens is, after you use Weaving... He lay left. After you use Weaving, if you press Weaving again, you teleport forward to the enemy that is in front of you. And I found that to be very annoying, especially when doing the combo for bossing. So I just didn't put points into it. Ballistic Hurricane. This skill is just like a... How do I put it? It's this. It sucks enemies into it that are around you, and just does a lot of damage. Revolving Blast is your bind skill. So Blaster's Bind, I don't actually like it all that much, but what you do is you press it, and then you pick up an enemy. You press Revolving Cannon to blow up enemies around it as well as the enemy you're grabbing, and when you press it the last time, you throw them and like do a lot of damage. I'll show you it again later when it's off cooldown. But I don't like it too much. It does bind for 10 seconds, but if you use all the explosions faster, you unbind the enemy. Like after the attack is over, the bind is done. So that's why I don't like it. It's not guaranteed 10 seconds unless you really time it correctly. So I don't like it too much. It can save you from an instant death though, because it makes you invincible. So that's good. Vitality Shield. So when taking damage, of course you get the shield from, first job. But if you use Vitality Shield, it is an active skill. You'll heal 50% of your HP plus the shield, the amount of damage that you're blocking with the shield. And when you use it, you also, after using it, like here, I'll use it. After using it, you'll also get damage reduction to both percent HP attacks and normal attacks. But for a short time, I think it's like 15 seconds. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's 15 seconds. Maple Warrior, Hero's Will, whatever. Revolving Cannon Plus. So this gives you your final, your 6th bullet, which means that Bunker Buster is going to be crazy. Like, let me actually show you how amazing it is. Oh my god. Oh, perfect. I can show you on this guy. So I'm taking out battle statistics just to show you just how strong this skill is. And here we go, Bunker Buster! And then I'll just finish him off, because why not? Gotta get back to the video, Oh, let me... he's dead. I was gonna use the bind. But anyway. Let's see. So, Bunker Buster hit 32 times. That is... wow. Okay. So, so yeah, it'll even tell you, like here, you get 4 shockwaves that deal 6 lines per, so it's doing 32 every time you use Bunker Buster. 32 lines of damage! That is insane! Especially for how fast you can use it. Anyway. Shield Training. So it's basically just an upgraded version. You take 50% of the damage and turn it into a shield. And, yeah, that's about it. Advanced Charge means that you can charge your skills faster, and when you do charge a skill, you regain 2 bullets instead of just 1. Anything else with that skill? Immediately after using thing, okay, all damage taken is reduced by 35%, including percent HP attacks. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Combo Training 2. Oh my god, I love this skill. So, of course it still stacks at 10, stacks 10 times, but the final damage and crit rate now is increased by 5% per stack. Actually, hold on, let me just make sure. Okay, so final damage is increased by 5%, and crit rate is increased by 3% per stack. But now, attack speed is increased by 1 for every 6 stacks, which means you only get 1, of course, because you can only go up to 10. So at 6 and above, you get 1 attack speed. But now, your link speed goes up 2 stages because it's for every 5 stacks, which means you get 2. 1 at 5 and 1 at 10. So let's just compare how fast you use the skills. Or I use the skills, I guess. So this is me linking Magnum Punch and... what was the other skill? And Double Blast. So this is, this is just 1 stack, 2 stack. It's not going too fast. But then after 6, it starts getting faster. And then at 10, it's going to be really fast. It's like, it just happens, like, instantly. So you can press it, like, really fast afterwards. And I think that was it for 4th job. I'm sorry this video is so long, it's just, there's a lot to explain. I could have made it shorter, but meh. So hyper passives. I'll show you training after I'm done explaining all this. I added Aftershock Punch, which just allows Hammer Smash and Shotgun Punch to do 2 extra lines. For Shotgun Punch, it's just the shockwave. It's not the initial hit. It's the after shockwave, like the swirly thing. And then I also added, because you're going to be using, you know, Magnum Punch, Double Blast, and all these other skills, it'll increase their damage by 10%. So that's good. And also 20% defense. Ignore. And then for Bunker Buster, I just increased his damage and the shockwave, I believe. Yeah. So the damage of the initial hit and then the shockwave afterwards, where it's like dust. And that was it. Now for the active skills. At level 150, you get Cannon Overdrive. And what this does is it increases the damage for skills that use ammo by 50%, which means that the skills that you use with Revolving Cannon get increased. And then of course the reload time for after you use all your bullets in here is decreased by 70%. Now what I love about this is that you can just fly for almost forever. So I'm going to activate it, and I'm going to use my bullets, right? And I'm about to reload, and look at that. It's already reloaded, so I can just stay in the air. I love it. But you can also use Bunker Buster a lot with this hyper. So you just got to use up your bullets, Bunker Buster again, use your bullets, Bunker Buster, and it's great. Great for training. Alright. So the 170 hyper skill. Oh boy, the 170 hyper skill. So, oh man, it's crazy. So it's basically Bunker Buster, except you charge it up, and it just obliterates the map. It obliterates the map. I don't know if it'll be good in this map because it might not reach the very top row. Yeah, it might reach the bottom. Let me try it from up here. So what you do is you hold it down, and every time you take damage, the damage that it'll do is increased. Like I couldn't even show you because it just did so much damage. Well, basically, as you're holding it down, your defense is increased, your status resist is increased, and every time you get hit, the final damage of the skill is increased by 5%. The max, of course, is 50%. So you can do 50% extra final damage with that. And it's just an amazing skill. It's 4 times 8 lines per. It's great. And yeah, that'll do it for the skills. So now let me just show you how the training goes. When I train this class, I like to get my 10 stacks so that my my Magnum Punch and I always forget the other skill. You know, the other skill. So that those can link fast. And then I use Bunker Buster whenever I can. The other skill that I was trying to show you, the Tornado, you can actually drag enemies off of top platforms down to below. And it's pretty much how I train here. So I'll just do a little bit of training before we go into bossing. Alright, so you get the idea. Let's get into the bossing, shall we? Alright, so when bossing, when I first enter the map, for Dojo at least, I like to use Hammer Smash, so that I don't have to worry about casting it on the boss. At least for the first few seconds. And then I just rapidly press Shotgun Punch, Bobbing, and Jump. It's a little timing based. Like, I'm not just pressing them like randomly. I'm kind of timing it. Just a little bit. And I guess I'll just make a separate video about how to do the combo. Because I tried to explain it in this video, but it didn't really work out. Maybe I'll just cut out my whole explanation and, like I said, just make a whole separate video about it. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video.